You already know the labor market in this industry is brutal. Everybody's hiring, nobody can find enough good people. That's not news to you. It's probably the reason you're up at night. But there's a trap hiding inside that scramble, and almost nobody's watching it. When you're paying top dollar to land every new hire, the market rate for those newcomers can quietly float past what your best, most loyal people make. A lot of shops are underpaying their veterans right now without even realizing it. And here's the part that should worry you. In a market this hot, the day one of those loyal people does the math, he's got 10 other shops ready to take him. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, and wherever you happen to be right now. I'm Mike Voories, here to help you build a stronger team. Today, we're talking about the retention trap hiding inside a hot labor market. Why some of your best people might be getting underpaid without you noticing, why that's a real flight risk in a market like ours, and how the very same problem can either cost you your best crew leader or hand you somebody else's. So here's the number that should stop you. You've probably seen the headlines that hiring is cooling off nationally, and maybe it is, out there. But you and I both know that's not our world. In the landscaping and green industry, we've never had a shortage of open positions. We've got a shortage of good people to fill them, and an even bigger challenge, keeping the good ones we already have. So let's talk about the numbers that actually matter for you. A compensation research firm called PayScale found that new hires with the right skills are earning about 3.6% more. Listen to that, 3.6% more than the people already doing the job. The new person is out earning the veteran. In a slow market, that stings. In a market like ours, where the pay to land a good hire climbs every single season, that gap can run a lot wider than 3.6%. And it's pointed right at your most loyal people. There's a name for this. It's called pay compression. It's what happens when the wages for new hires creep up towards or even past what your experienced people already make. The gap between your rookie and your veteran compresses, sometimes all the way to nothing. And the cruel part is how quietly it happens. You know, you're not sitting down and deciding to underpay your best people. The market is doing it to you, one hire at a time, while you're just trying to keep the trucks rolling. Let me make this real for you. Say you bring on a new crew leader at today's rate, just to get your trucks out the door. Now, the guy who's been running your best route for 5 seasons is standing next to somebody who might be out earning him. Sooner or later, he's going to do the math. And not because he's disloyal, because the market repriced his skills and maybe nobody adjusted for it. So here's the setup. Pay compression is quietly working against a lot of owners right now. And depending on which chair you're sitting in, that's either the biggest retention risk on your books or the biggest recruiting opening you'll get all year. We're going to tackle both. Let's start with the risk because it's the one that's easy to miss. You know, compression doesn't announce itself. It could be costing you a good person right now while everything on the surface looks just fine. We need to play some defense and catch it before it costs you. The first move, and do this one this week, run a compression check on the people you can't afford to lose. Not everybody, just the handful who genuinely hurt if they walked. For each one, put 2 numbers side by side. What you're paying them now and what you'd have to pay if you hired somebody off the street to do their job. You know, if that second number is close to the first or higher, you've got compression. And you've got a flight risk who just hasn't done the math yet. Now you know, and now you can fix it while you still have the leverage instead of finding out in a resignation. Second, the stay conversation beats the exit interview every single time. By the time somebody's polishing their resume, you've already lost the high ground. So sit down with your best people now before anybody's looking. And I don't mean a performance review. Put the spreadsheets away. I just want you to ask them 3 things. What's working for you here? What's frustrating you? And what would it ever take to make you think about leaving? And then shut up and listen. Most people will tell you exactly what it'd take to keep them years or months before they'd ever put in a resignation letter. You just have to be the kind of leader who asks and then listens. Third, and this is the one that takes the pressure off, fixing compression doesn't always mean matching the market dollar for dollar. Let's be honest, you can't win every bidding war, and you don't have to. When someone feels underpaid, money is the loudest complaint, but it's rarely the only one. In our world, honestly, pay usually isn't even the number one reason somebody starts looking. What we hear the most is some version of feeling stuck, maxed out, hit the ceiling. There's no real path to advance. Benefits matter, flexibility matters, and pay is in the mix, of course. But more often than not, the person who's open to a move stops seeing a future where they are. So sometimes the fix is a raise, but sometimes it's closing part of that gap and pairing it with the promotion you kept meaning to give him, or the schedule that finally respects his family. The goal is simple. Make sure your best people never feel like the new guy got a better deal than their loyalty did. Fourth, once you fix it, don't let it creep back. Compression isn't a one-time cleanup, it's a leak. Every season the market moves, and if you only ever adjust pay for new hires and never look back at your veterans, the gap reopens on you. So build one habit. Whenever you raise what you're offering new people, take an hour and look at what that does to folks already doing the job for you. That 1 hour, once or twice a season, is the difference between keeping your best people and training your competitor's next hire. All right, now let's play some offense. Their compression is your opening. We're going to flip the chair because compression isn't only your risk. Right now, it's happening in shops all over your market, and most of these owners are just as blind to it as anybody. That's your opening. Because here's the thing. Every competitor you've got out there is brawling over the same small pile of people who are actively looking for work or who are open to making a change, fighting over whoever applied. Meanwhile, the best talent in your market isn't in that pile at all. It's the loyal, underpaid crew leader across town who isn't looking, isn't applying, and has no idea the market moved past his paycheck. Nobody's calling him. That's your candidate. And this is passive sourcing. And it's the whole game. He's proven, he's steady, he shows up. And somewhere across town, an owner who got comfortable is quietly letting him fall behind. And you don't have to outbid a bidding war for him because he's not in one. You just have to be the one who notices him and makes the call. And when you do, don't lead with money alone. Lead with the thing his current shop stopped giving him, the path forward he stopped being able to see, the respect, the schedule that fits his life. The pay will get his attention, the rest will get him to stay. Now let me be crystal clear because I know how this can sound. Going and recruiting another shop's good people can come across a little mercenary. And that's not what this is. Here's the truth I keep coming back to, and some of you have heard me say it before. Good people don't leave good situations. You're not stealing anybody. You're offering a better home to somebody whose employer got complacent and let him fall behind. And if that idea makes you the least bit uncomfortable, good. Let it send you right back to the first half of this episode. Go make sure you're not the shop somebody else is about to call. It's one sentence with two halves. At BR1, our whole philosophy comes down to a single line. No organization can grow faster than its ability to recruit and retain enough of the right people. Notice that sentence has two halves, recruit and retain. Pay compression sits right on the seam between them. Ignore it, and it bleeds your best people out the back door faster than you can hire new ones in the front. Understand it, and it turns into both your strongest retention tool and your sharpest recruiting edge. Because in a market this tight, the cheapest, fastest, highest quality hire you'll make all year is the crew leader you already have and simply don't lose. I got a challenge for you, and here's your homework this week. It's simple. Pick 3 people you can't afford to lose. Write their names down. Next to each one, put what you pay them today, and next to that, what it would cost you to replace them at today's market rate. If those 2 numbers are sitting too close together, you just found your compression, and you just found your next conversation. Have it before someone across town has it for you. And make it about them, not about the numbers. If you look at your operation and realize new hire pay has been climbing while your veterans pay sat still, that's exactly the kind of thing we help owners get ahead of at BR1. We help business leaders build the kind of place people don't want to leave and become the kind of place worth leaving for. If you want to become that sought-after employer in your market, check out the link in the description and let's talk. Until next time, keep building your stronger team.